It's the NAB AFL Draft Countdown coming to you from Sydney. Matt Thompson here with Nick Bowen and Cameron Joyce, the footy manager from the North Melbourne Footy Club. Welcome to you, Cam. Lots to think about in the next 24 hours, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, plenty to do, but we're really excited about tomorrow night.
First pick's the big one, Cam. Pick 4. Haven't had that earlier pick, I think, since 2006. Can you give us the inside word? What are you going to do with it?
Oh, look, we at the moment we've obviously put them in order 1 to 4. We've spoken pretty publicly around wanting to improve our midfield, but we've obviously got 5 picks tomorrow night, and we'd like to bolster it through a couple of those if we can. Doesn't necessarily mean pick 4. So yeah, we've just put them in order, and we'll pick the best player available at 4.
We rely a lot on Cal Toomey and his Phantom draft. He is tipping Darcy Fogarty to arrive at the Kangaroos. Would he be a pretty good fit?
Yeah, or Darcy's obviously got terrific ability, and we certainly like Darcy, and he's certainly been discussed in the mix for pick 4.
Jaden Stevens is another interesting one, Cam. I think a really high-level talent, but been a little bit of questions about a heart condition he's got. Yep. Would that be a concern for North Melbourne?
Yeah, certainly the work's been done by our medical staff on Jaden, and again a really high-talented player. We certainly, potentially like other clubs that have ruled him out, we haven't ruled him out, so he's still on the draft board to be selected by us.
Can you tell us what happens when you learn something like that about a player? Is it a bit of a curveball in the process that you guys are going through over the past several weeks?
Yeah, look, I think it's just like all the pieces of information we put together, whether it's psych profiles, medical assessments, character assessments, that we just weigh them up individually. The recruiting staff will obviously have their list, and then we'll just take those things into account in terms of how they rate the players.
More big change at the club over the off-season. I suppose the latest one's Andrew Swallow and Lindsay Thomas retiring. Firstly, tell us how that sort of came about, and secondly, what does that mean for your salary cap in 2018? I imagine a bit of space there to play with.
Yeah, we do have some space to play with, which is fantastic sort of going forward. Andrew, was probably keen to be closer to his brother if possible. During the off season we had some discussions around that, and Andrew was a pretty mature decision that he was happy to retire, and it was purely his decision. It was one that came a little bit out of the blue for us in terms of him wanting to retire, but we obviously respect that, and we'll have the opportunity to have another pick tomorrow night. Lindsay. So obviously the potential for Lindsay to extend his career, that's obviously been reported as well, and obviously both of those are really decorated and experienced players for us, and hard to replace.
Another name on the list, Andrew Brayshaw. Obviously there's the Brayshaw name and the connection to North Melbourne Footy Club. We've heard him skyrocket up the rankings in the past probably week or so. A very impressive young man. Is he in the mix to get to North?
He's one that we've definitely spoken about, definitely. So he's certainly an all-rounder, Andrew, and like the reports obviously have been that he could even go as high as 1.
Jamie McMillan came out pretty strongly, sort of talking about, I suppose, a lack of respect externally about North's list. Is that sort of the common view within the club?
Look, I think so. I think it's obviously you never want to be the guys in particular in terms of the playing group never want to read that in terms of some of their own ratings and that sort of stuff. But we've got an opportunity next year to try and do something about that. We understand the challenges, but we're pretty excited about getting into it, and again the actions will do the talking for us.
Cam, thanks very much for your time. We'll see you at the draft tomorrow night. Good luck with pick 4 and pick 23, and then whatever comes after that.
Terrific. Thanks, guys.
Cam Joyce with us here on afl.com.au.